Kelly LePage with Well Trail. We are here doing another week of Deskercise, and we have Nick assisting us today. Today we're going to be working on some abs and core, and most people don't think that the office is really a great place to be getting on the floor and doing ab work, but we're here to show you today that this can be done pretty benignly in your chair without too many people noticing what you're doing. We're going to start by just demonstrating a really nice stretch that you can do in the chair. You can do this before, during, after some of these exercises in case you actually give yourself a good workout and get a little sore. So what we're going to do while we're seated, Nick, is just feet about shoulder width apart. I'm just going to have you lean forward so you're nice and comfortable. And the key here is that we're going to be stretching out the low back. So what I want you to do is take a really deep breath in. You're going to blow it out and let yourself just kind of settle into that stretch a little bit more. Taking about 2 or 3 of those deep breaths, just make sure that you get down a nice stretch, and each time you should be a little bit further towards the floor with your hands, okay? And again, you should just feel that in your lower back. Excellent. Okay, come on back up. Now the first exercise we're going to do, you can use a TheraBand with, or anything that sounds funny but will restrain you in your chair. So what we're going to do is put this around the back of the chair, and I'm going to hand the bands to Nick. You can actually tie yourself right in if you want, but that might look a little funny if the boss came to the desk. He's going to pull this nice and tight and secure it in front of his chest. And what we're going to do is just a basic crunch, but in your chair. So we're going to keep our chin forward, pushing our stomach down towards our thighs, and we're just going to go through that crunch motion. Okay? And you can make this as easy or as difficult as you want by how tight you make that band. If you're really strong like Nick, you can put 6 or 7 bands around and do this. For most of us, 1 TheraBand is going to be plenty, okay? So again, you go through probably 2 or 3 sets of 10 of each of these, so I'll take that from you. All right, the next one we're going to do requires that you secure your chair. So if you have wheels on your chair, you want to lock them, or, like Nick's doing, put the chair right up against the back of a wall or the desk. Now this one's tough, so don't be hard on yourself if it's hard at first. I think Nick's going to have this covered. But what we're going to do is scoot our butts right out to the edge of the chair so that our back can lean back. Securing your hands on the chair, we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest. When you come down, your feet will not touch. So for 10 repetitions, we want to come up and down, up and down. You don't have to bring your legs up too far, but the farther up you bring your knees, the more of the muscle groups that you're working. If you're really tough, you can actually do this side to side too. So you can be, see, nice angles there. And that's going to work the side of the abs. You can actually get a full ab workout at your desk at work in less than 5 minutes. So you can even skip the trip to the gym afterwards if you do these for 5 minutes. I promise. Next one we're going to do requires some kind of either a weighted medicine ball or something that's about 2 to 5 pounds. Yeah, they're really heavy. I made that look easy. What we're going to do here is we're going to start in that same stretch position that Nick demonstrated at first, so the ball or whatever that object is will be on the ground. We're going to make sure that we keep our back in a neutral position, so we don't want to see you arched over, nice and neutral. We're going to pick the ball up off the ground, straight up overhead, and then back down. Perfect. So all that motion from the back, coming down as far as you can and straight up. And again, we're aiming for 2 to 3 sets of about 10 with these. If that winds up being really easy all the way through the 3 sets, then you just increase the weight a little bit. But any small object will work, just don't be lifting up, filing cabinets. That might be bad. While you have the ball, I'm going to have you put your back to the desk. This is one of my favorites. Again, this is actually going to work the sides or our little love handle areas. What I'm going to have Nick do is place the ball on one side on the desk, both hands. Yep, oh, there we go. He's going to pick it up with both hands, switch it to the other side, and touch down. Okay? So the key here, and you can keep going back and forth, the key here is that your feet stay locked. If you do have a swivel chair, try to make the swivel come from your hips and your waist as opposed to the chair itself. And if this is too easy, and it's not for me because I can't demonstrate this, you can actually set the ball down on one side and come around to the other side and grab it. And that's just going to get a little bit more into the back of those, the sides and the back of those ab muscles as well. Excellent. Final one for today is what we call a wall sit. All you need for this is a nice flat surface of a wall. So what we're going to do is come right up against that. Yeah, probably not the lip of that. Nick is going to stand with his feet slightly out in front of him and shoulder width apart, and he's simply going to squat down on the wall until his knees are at a 90-degree angle. If that hurts your knees or it's too hard, come up a little bit. But for most people, that 90-degree angle will be good. You will feel a burn. The key here is to hold this position for at least 30 seconds, but ideally we want to work up to about 60 seconds. So the next time Nick's doing a sales call, he's going to be talking on the phone in his wall sit position and getting a workout at the same time. When you're done, you slide yourself right back up the wall, take a pause for 30 to 60 seconds there, and then slide yourself right back down again, okay? For these, again, minimum of a 30-second hold, 60 seconds if you can do it, and aiming for 5 to 10 repetitions of this will be good. And you will feel this, I promise. So, good job, you're making it look too easy. Okay.
Making a sweat.
There you go. So that's it for our Deskercise this week. We will see you again next week.